You didn't buy a mansion. You didn't lease a sports car. You're not even shopping recklessly. And yet, somehow, you're always broke. Every month, your paycheck vanishes, like it was never there. No alarms, no red flags, just quiet, invisible traps that pull you deeper into the debt cycle without making a sound. And the worst part? You probably think it's your fault. But what if it isn't? What if the system was built to keep you financially stuck? Let's expose the 7 silent ways you're being trapped, starting now. In today's world, being financially stable should be easier. We have access to online banking, investment apps, credit reports, and hundreds of financial tools at our fingertips. Yet, more people than ever feel stuck, stressed, and broke, not because they're lazy or irresponsible, but because they're caught in traps they can't even see. These are not dramatic moments or big purchases. These are quiet patterns, silent decisions, harmless habits that slowly bleed your wallet dry. Most people never realize they've been cornered until it's too late. So before that happens to you, let's uncover the 7 silent ways you're being financially trapped, one painful truth at a time. Trap number 1, the minimum payment illusion. It looks harmless, just a small number printed next to your credit card balance. Minimum due. Maybe it's $35. Maybe $50 easy to pay. Less pressure. Feels like you're being financially responsible. But here's the trap. Paying only the minimum is like pouring water into a sinking ship with a teacup. Your balance barely moves, while interest quietly stacks up. Behind the scenes, month after month, your debt grows, even though you keep paying on time. Banks love this, because the longer you stay in debt, the more money they make from you. It's not a mistake, it's a design. The system is built to reward your delay, not your discipline. So while you think you're buying time, you're actually buying chains, wrapped in a neat little payment schedule, and millions fall into it every single day without even realizing they're being played. Trap number 2, buy now, pay later. The debt dressed as freedom. It sounds friendly, even helpful. Buy now, pay later. 4 easy payments, no interest, or so they claim. You click it, feel smart, walk away with what you want. No credit card, no upfront pain. But here's the silent trap. You didn't just buy an item. You signed a contract with your future self, and that future self is already juggling groceries, rent, phone bills, and now 3 more payment reminders. Multiply that by 4 or 5 BNPL purchases, and suddenly you've created a quiet pile of debt that doesn't feel like debt. It doesn't show up on your credit card statement. It hides in your inbox. It hits your bank in unpredictable moments. And when you miss one, the fees, penalties, and account freezes begin. The trap isn't just in the money, in the false sense of control. BNPL isn't a shortcut. It's just debt in disguise. And the disguise is working. Trap number 3, lifestyle inflation. The invisible upgrade. That keeps you broke. You got a raise, you switched jobs, maybe your income finally started to feel enough. For the first time in years, there's breathing room in your bank account. So you celebrate. You move into a slightly better apartment. Upgrade your phone. Buy coffee from the fancy place. Instead of making it at home, order out a little more often. Nothing crazy, just little improvements. You've earned it, right? But here's the silent trap. Your spending is quietly rising with your income, and you don't even notice. This is lifestyle inflation. It doesn't feel like a decision. It feels like progress. But over time, that new normal becomes a chain, because now you need that higher income just to maintain what used to feel like luxury. And if your income drops, even a little, your whole lifestyle wobbles. Suddenly, the upgraded life that once felt like a reward becomes a burden. The worst part? You never felt reckless. You didn't blow your money on luxury cars or designer clothes. You just stepped up to match your pay like everyone says you should. But month after month, your savings don't grow. Your debt doesn't shrink. You're still living, paycheck to paycheck, just on a better couch. Lifestyle inflation doesn't hit you like a crash. It creeps in like a fog. And by the time you realize you're trapped, you've already convinced yourself that cutting back would be going backward. But it's not. Cutting back isn't failure. It's freedom. Because real wealth isn't about earning more. It's about needing less. Trap number 4. High-interest auto loans, the car that owns you. You walk into the dealership thinking you're finally getting ahead. Maybe your old car gave up. Maybe you just needed something more reliable. The salesman smiles. The seats are clean. The engine hums. You feel like you've upgraded your life. And then comes the financing table. We'll make it work, they say. And they do. Monthly payments that fit your budget, stretched across 5, 6, sometimes even 7 years. What they don't say out loud is that your interest rate is quietly devouring you. Here's the trap. You didn't buy a car. You bought a payment plan with interest so high, you'll end up paying for 2 cars by the time one is yours. And when you try to refinance, the car's already depreciated. You owe more than it's worth. You're locked in. They knew it when you signed. The dealership, the lender, even the insurance company. They all win. You lose. And it doesn't end with the loan. That monthly payment becomes a chain. It dictates your budget, your choices, your freedom. Suddenly, small emergencies feel massive. You can't leave a toxic job. Your car payment is due. You can't breathe financially because your wheels are draining your future. The worst part? Most people think it's normal. Everyone has a car loan, right? But what's normal isn't always safe, especially when it's wrapped in interest rates designed to bleed you slow and silent. A car is supposed to take you places, but a high-interest auto loan? That's a vehicle for financial imprisonment, and millions are stuck in the driver's seat, going nowhere. Trap number 5. Subscription creep, the silent drain you forgot you signed up for. It starts small, $9.99 for Netflix, a little more for Spotify, then a note-taking app, cloud storage, premium photo editor, language course, fitness tracker, that meditation app you used for 3 days. One by one they sneak in. Small numbers. Barely noticeable. Auto-debited, quiet, convenient. And that's exactly how they trap you. This is subscription creep, one of the most underestimated financial traps today. It doesn't hit like a credit card bill or a loan payment. It's not painful. It's subtle. That's what makes it dangerous. Because over time, you're not spending $9.99 anymore. You're spending $70, $1 or $20, sometimes over $200 a month on things you don't even remember using. These platforms count on you forgetting, on you not checking, on you assuming it's not that much. And they've mastered the psychology of making you feel guilty about canceling. What if I need it later? What if I lose my saved data? So you let it stay. One more month, one more hit to your bank account. But add up those small hits, and you'll realize something painful. You're funding companies you barely engage with, while your own savings account stays empty. Cutting them off feels like you're losing something. But you're not. You're reclaiming control. Financial freedom doesn't always come from making more. Sometimes it comes from spending smarter. And subscription creep? It's not about comfort. It's about silent control. And now you know where to look. Trap number 6. Payday loans. Quick cash, lifelong chains. It sounds like a lifeline. You're short on cash. Rent is due. Groceries need to be bought. You just need a little boost to get through the week. And then you see it. Get $500 today. No. Credit check. Fast approval. A payday loan feels like someone finally understands your struggle. So you take it, just a few $100s. You promise yourself you'll pay it back with your next paycheck. But here's where the trap quietly tightens. The interest isn't just high, it's criminal. 300%. 400%, even 600% APR. And when payday comes, you realize you can't afford to repay it in full because your check already has to cover everything else. So you roll it over. You pay the fee. Just one more week, you say. And just like that, you're in a cycle. The loan was never meant to help you. It was designed to repeat, to trap you again and again. Payday lenders don't need you to default. They just need you to delay, because every delay is more money for them and less peace for you. The stress grows, the fees multiply, the balance rises, and before long you're working just to stay afloat, not to move forward. It's called a payday loan, but the only one celebrating payday is the lender. You, on the other hand, are left broke, anxious, and exhausted, paying for a moment of relief with months of regret. And the scariest part, they're legal, everywhere. Trap number 7. Ignoring your credit score, the silent Gatekeeper of your life. Out of sight, out of mind. That's how most people treat their credit score. It's just a number, right? Something banks care about, not something that affects your daily life. But that quiet number, the one you've never checked, is quietly deciding your future behind your back. Your credit score is more than a loan rating. It's a financial fingerprint. It tells landlords if they should rent to you. It tells insurance companies how much to charge you. It decides whether you'll get that new phone, that car lease, even a job in some cases. And if your score is low, even just slightly, the world becomes more expensive. Higher interest rates, bigger deposits, more rejections. The trap here isn't that your score is low. It's that you're not looking at it at all. You're not learning what hurts it. You're not fixing small errors. You're just moving through life, blindfolded, while the system quietly scores you. And because it's not in your face, you ignore it. That's what makes it dangerous. Because by the time you finally care, when you're ready to buy a house or escape debt or start over, the damage is already done. Years of silence suddenly screaming at you. Your credit score doesn't just reflect your past. It shapes your options, your freedom, your dignity. So ignoring it, that's not peace. It's permission for the system to control your life. While you sleep, you were never meant to drown in debt. These traps weren't your fault. They were designed to feel normal. But now you know. And with that knowledge, you take back control.
One step at a time. If this video opened your eyes, imagine what the next one could do. We
break down the money games, the lies, and the silent systems, week after week. So hit that subscribe button for your future, for your peace of mind, and for the financial freedom they don't want you to find.